Hey there, team, and welcome to the epilogue of the Arnorian narrative campaign. Sort of, episode 109, but I didn't really want to end on a 109, so no, it's the epilogue episode. What we're going to be doing today is primarily the Siege of Gundabad. Then after that, I'm going to be resolving
Your orders, my lord.
the actual siege.
We shall engage.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'll have to end a turn after that then. But I'll probably resolve that. Then we will
As you
just
Yes, my
go...
lord.
Oh, yo, sorry about that, friend.
will, my lord.
After that, we will just
Your orders, my lord.
give away all the territory that we need
As you
to
command.
various powers across the world. Primarily just to Khazad-dûm, and sort of just kind of paint the map in the way that we want it to be.
Attack.
As I say, I wasn't wanting to give away Khazad-dûm to the High Elves just because I didn't want there to be a war between them. We'll give a final look over the map, and then that'll be that. As I say, I don't know how long this episode's going to be. It'll probably just be until this siege is done, and then I'll do a chat around. So I really want this episode to be where, say if you've got any comments about, kind of more about how the campaign was run. This is where I'd like that sort of stated, whereas the other ones are more just about the story as a whole. I'd say, oh my goodness me. So I've never seen the Gundabad map. As I say, it's nice. That's a cool. I love the mixture of like orcish design with like the dwarven towers there. That's really awesome. I guess this could be a dwarven thing, but it's the color scheme I really and then we have the actual monstrous tower itself, or I don't even monstrous like scar itself. Oopsie daisies. There we go, that's fine. Yeah, no, this is cool. I like this Gundabad. Again, nice, simple, and yeah, a few little dwarven entrances here and there. That's really cool. Yeah, so I do like the dwarven influences remaining. I'm just hunting around for any others. Very cool. Okay. Of course, where the most prominent dwarf of them all was born, and so we will be, well, not so much born, the original dwarves. I don't. What would you? Where they slept or where they awoke. I think that's what you'd say. You wouldn't. Yeah, that's how you've got to describe it, pretty much. I'm gonna get my siege towers up, not because I can use them on these walls. Pretty sure I can't. It's solely in the hopes that the towers will shoot at my siege towers instead of shooting at my rams or my infantry. That's the goal. Can we? Nah, I didn't think so. I think this is kind of like it's really cool. I like it a lot. And they're not really defending it. The mini-map, I kind of like the mini-map too. It looks really nice. So yeah. As I say, this is really, if you've got any advice about just generally how you think I should try and run a campaign next time, there's some stuff, as I say. I'll start now, really. I don't really have like a proper list, so I hopefully won't repeat myself. But I should be able to get through everything that I really have on my mind. One big thing is the battle between sort of arranging situations and forming the story simply around what happens. I tried my very best to find a nice balance between it for this campaign, but there were so many moments. Like I would have loved to have a fight between Aragorn and Sauron, and there was because I had Arathor going in there. I expected him to lose. I really expected to lose that fight, and maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe it was a very powerful army I had, and it was like quite a fodder heavy army that Sauron had. But I didn't expect to win, and it was a shock to me that I did. So, because my plan with that was come in, weaken him with Arathor's army, then Aragorn's army would be able to sort of burst their way out of the fortress. He would be enraged by the death of his one of his closest friends, and it would be that kind of pushes him to battle Sauron in this Grey Company versus Sauron scrap, with everything else clashing around. So that was kind of the aim, but when it really did sort of move down into that, it of course didn't go that way. But what I was sort of considering, and I only really thought about this after, but when Arafor did end up winning, the only unit left on the field was Sauron. Now, if I could go back, what I would have probably done is had Arafor bug out. I would have kind of crafted a reasoning behind it with just something along the lines of, Sauron is the only thing left there. Arafor really doesn't want to take the ring, and he knows that if he kills Sauron, he's got to have it. He's got to pick it up, and he's scared that if he picks it up, what's going to happen to him? Is he going to be able to put it down? So, and I was very sad with what ended up happening to Arafor in the campaign, so he could have pulled out. Now, if I could go back, I think that's what I would have done, but that would have been me engineering the story. Now, is that a bad thing? Not necessarily, I don't feel, but it is. It's at what point does it become me? Am I crafting this rather than just making a story out of what's happening? Do they actually have crossbows there? I should probably. I don't. If they do, they don't have many. Nah. Oh, they do, but we'll be all right. They've got actually lots. Okay, that's a bit of a concern, but that's okay. We'll be moving forward and shooting at them with our bows and then getting stuck in as we have to. So we'll keep getting a nice spread around with everything. So yeah, like what point is it? Does it become just me telling a story, which is which is totally fine, and it is what some people do. But I do try and find this balance, and I hope I achieved that with this campaign. But if you've got any advice of how to perhaps do that better, as I say, I'm still kind of a bit new to doing campaigns on YouTube, and especially doing this narrative style is of course, as I always say, this is how I've always played campaigns. So how I've always played Total War campaigns. So, but it's always just been for my own entertainment. So this is one of the first times that I'm really doing things with other people's hopes and joys, and I do feel terrible when something happens in the campaign and I know some people are going to be really upset about that. Some people definitely would have wanted to see certain things, and I know that like when Sauron died, as good as it was for my campaign, I know that there would have been some people that would have been like, oh damn, I was really hoping to see Sauron and Aragorn go one-on-one. And, that's something that they had been ready and rearing themselves up for 100 episodes. Because I did say that it was a desire. I said it was something I wanted to do. So I can definitely understand if people are a bit upset that it didn't end up taking place. But, yeah, oh, shoot, they're gonna absolutely wreck me with the... Oh, wait, where were the rest of their shooters? Oh, all their shooters are up there. Fair play. Good stuff. Move up, stab. I was getting worried for the Sons of Numenor. Sort yourselves out. Hammers of Gundabad coming at you. This model, because the Hammers of Gundabad and Reforged used to be green. I was wondering, did we get this, did Reforged get this one from Dak, or did, where did it come from? You can still sort of see when they zoom out, they kind of look green to me. I think it's just because my memory keeps thinking them as green. But yeah, so what is there any idea of like what you guys would prefer? Would you guys prefer me to, like, is it totally fair if I do have like an idea of what might end up happening, and it's fair for me to bend the rules a little bit if it gets what I think is the more interesting narrative shown, or if it does show what I think is going to be a more interesting little moment or little story. I mean, I did definitely do that, you know, with the likes of, you know, not getting the Oathbreakers really, you know, early as when I could have, and when I did get the Oathbreakers, I was very, you know, I was kind of limited as to what I did with them. I could have been a bit more brutal with what I took, and or maybe what I attacked and how I used them. You know, I tried my best to treat them as Aragorn would, but that's more of a roleplay aspect. I'm sort of debating this in my own head. Yeah, like I do that a lot. Just arguing with myself. So I'm sorry about that, and it must be very frustrating to listen to and not really being able to take part in as I'm doing so. But that's generally one of the main things that I was hoping to talk about. That kind of battle between you know, what's happening and what we want to happen. In addition to that, as I kind of said when R4 died, I definitely have a willingness for bittersweet endings. You know, I'm totally fine with, like, I like a good ending, but I don't necessarily need a happy ending. You know, I like an ending to sometimes be difficult, and you know, it's as good as it is to have the great evil destroyed. There's, you know, that it's so much has been lost or something. You know, something great was lost in the later stages, and it's hurt for sure. So that's just something that I always tend to like in stories. So it's not so much something that I, of course, tried to make happen, but there was always, especially toward the later stages of the campaign, I was feeling like things are going very, very well. Things are going perhaps a little bit too well. And, you know, I didn't go out of my way to find something bad to happen, definitely not, but I became a lot more willing to tolerate a bad thing, like Arafor's death. But yeah, so that's one thing as well. I guess just, would you guys prefer, I guess, a happier ending for these characters? Would you guys have wanted a happy Arafor? Oh, something I was gonna say and that I forgot about in the actual finale. Yeah, like Arafor's, the dream of what had happened to Arafor. You know, I was gonna mention this idea of you know, Aragorn coming across good old you know, glorious eagle rider Arafor at some point in the far future, or, you know, I love the idea of Arafor as this you know, entity of oh, I'm gonna butcher his pronunciation, Onion? The hunter, the scout Valar. They're the Valar that, of course, discovers the elves and makes a habit of hunting down the creatures of Melkor. I kind of like the idea of Arafor having been taken by him in, you know, just before the fall, being snatched by an eagle and taken as it's kind of like a warrior ranger of this Valar to serve his purpose as the mortals of the world. Goodness me, these pikes are solid. They're rinsing me. I was hitting them from both sides there. To, you know, serve his purpose. So while kind of just hunting down the great, you know, great orc chieftains, you know, we and you know, evil wraiths of the of Middle Earth, things that would spell ruin to the free peoples. Arafor is kind of an assassin to do that. Now that's just one kind of happier ending that would be kind of prophesized by the people of the people of Arnor. It's like of course, Arafor didn't die when Mount Doom fell. Arafor was snatched away by an eagle, and he protects us against the great evils of the wilds. I left somebody outside. I left a whole Blade Master unit outside. That could have been really useful. Oh well. So yeah, that's something I forgot. I was going to say that in the finale. Oh, damn. But yeah, I kind of like that idea. That's one of my sort of favorite ones. He wasn't actually killed. He was snatched away. And, we had a look. His children are all, of course, grown. They don't need him to look after them. So he is able to fully be this spiritual figure that just skulks around and watches out for the free peoples. Anything trying to be malicious against them, he deals with. But no, empowered by these Valar forces that run through him, kind of feeling the only way to that's the only way that he's satisfied now after being exposed to the ring. But yeah, Gundabad. We will not. Yeah, no, we're not exterminating the populace of these places. We're giving it to the dwarves anyway. The Great Gates of Gundabad. Very cool. And they also have the Halls of Durin. That's really nice. I like that picture. We will just we'll just leave it up. Get rid of that. Get it out of there. We'll get rid of the orcish stuff actually. They can benefit from it a bit. Nice, and nice. So yeah, that actually went down not too bad. So
yes, my lord.
Yeah, then I've actually still got a fair bit more to talk about. You will from there be moving east. So let's just have you do that right off the bat. We'll just leave that fort. And we'll give this... Oh, they're just going to snag it right back, aren't they? They're just going to snag it right back, aren't they? Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they'll get somebody. Let's see.
Yes, my
friend.
It's good to see you.
I know. It's always good to see me, buddy. We got to give you Gundabad. We're not going to ask for any money, even though you are modest wealth. We want your map information, though. There you go, man. Please, do you get something? You did not. They're going to just steal it. They're just going to steal it. That's alright. Oh! If I'd known that. Ah, fantastic, boys. Holy smokes. Fair play. Fair play. Okay, I like that. That's a nice little mixture. Never really get mixtures like that. Dwarven Ballista. What's the difference between a Dwarven Ballista and a normal? Anyway, sorry. That's for another time. It's for another time.
Yes, my lord.
I think we could recruit sellswords up here in the frozen north. Goodness me, chilly. I think we'll end our turn. There's gonna be a lot of movement going on. And then yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, but I need time to talk anyway, so it's not really too much of a problem. We are yeah, so that was what I was going to say about Arafor. That's that tied up, I think. Oh, no, I didn't move him. Okay, fair play. That was dumb. So, then the things that I'm definitely going to be doing a bit more of next time is using console commands to get the AI to do what I think they would do. Some people definitely suggested some great things. Oh shoot, I forgot to actually do that as well. Well, is what it is. Some people suggested some very, smart things to help, the AI to do realistic actions, and or something that I just think narratively would make a lot of sense. So we'll definitely make use of that. in our next campaign, with kind of just using, teleporting armies around. I did try that with Bree. I did try to just hot drop Bree inside of... Wow, okay, interesting. Bold. Really bold there. I don't think that's going to work out. But just hot dropping Bree inside of Mordor. And it didn't really work out, but it's not something I'm done testing yet. I think I'm willing to try it again, for sure, in the hopes that we can make something work. Then one bigger thing, though, is definitely when it comes to saving factions. So there was a period of time where I tried to save Dol Amroth, and I gave Dol Amroth Londair in the hopes that it would keep them fighting, keep them in the game. Now, that's all well and good, but the problem is... Oh, it's just you. Your buddies aren't joining you. To be honest, like, just you is actually quite frightening as well. They've got so many crossbows, so many Firebeard warriors. I would have to really fight you in melee, and that's not a fun thing to do against the dwarves. And I don't have any cav. Oh no, I do. Got one unit cav. Okay, yeah, we'll scrap him. We'll scrap him. Ah, got some more humans there to scrap with. Fair enough, we'll get him. But yeah, so. Better. There. Then, yeah, so I tried to save Dol Amroth by giving them a province. And now, of course, that didn't work out because there were no family members. So this was simply just my own inexperience with Medieval 2. I just didn't think to teleport a unit. I was hoping that if I gave them Londair, there was a chance that that somebody would spawn inside of it. I knew it wasn't a big possibility, but that was my hope. That's why I gave them Londair. And of course, didn't work out that way. But had I the ability to do that again, what I most certainly would have done is just gotten the... Actually, oh yeah. I would have grabbed a general and teleported him to Londair. Now, I would have definitely wanted to justify that, but what I would have done would have been to simply grab a ship, and if I had reached Dol Amroth with one of my ships, I would have viewed that as mission complete. Like, we've got him. Because although of course he wouldn't have been teleported into Londair, he would be safe at sea. Because we were fighting Isengard at the time, and I feel Isengard didn't have any real sea power, so we would have been safe to return without being struck. So that's definitely something that I would have committed to, and it was a great idea. I just definitely not, I'm not ignoring those sorts of points, but I just didn't know to do that at the time. Moves on to the next point there, which is just that unfortunately, as much as I would really love to do these, kind of just recording them like a day or two before they're released, I simply can't do that. I do not have the time, and I also, when I'm bit with the bug to do some recording, I tend to record in large batches. I don't just record a video every 2 days, for instance. When I record, I'm recording like 4 videos in one day, and then I'm not going to record for ages. So that's kind of the issue, and that's the reason that I do pump these out a long time before they're actually released. That's I can only apologize for it. I know that. And I definitely know how fun it is to sort of really interact with a guy as the videos are coming out. you know, you can comment and the guy can, of course, then react to it. And change his strategies and so on. And especially with a narrative campaign where I'm always asking you sort of what you think about what's going on and how you feel about a character's actions. Holy smokes, do they have a faster fire rate as well? Because they are just pumping those out at me. I need to get around them. Oh, they must. I think the Dwarven catapult must have a faster fire rate. Because it is just going to town on me. Yeah, just push through. If the militia grab you, it doesn't matter. You need to stop that ballista. Not ballista, catapult. Maybe that's what the Dwarven ballista is all about. It just has like a much faster fire rate or something. It's really inaccurate there. Right, you guys get involved. You guys... Oh, damn. What's... Oh, Huskars, really? Get in there. And you guys get in. Yeah, keep coming around. Good. So yeah, that is the shtick about that. I'm afraid it's just with the scheduling that I'm able to sort of achieve. By that I mean kind of none. It really is like I record when I want to, and you know, it'll come out when I can get it out. So that usually does lead to, you know, these long gaps in between me recording and you guys actually seeing it. That's just not really going to change, I'm afraid. Which it'd be amazing if I could change that, but that's just not something that's possible with everything right now. And that's the reason behind it, pretty much. Last thing in these Broadbeam marks. Oh god, getting a little bit of friendly fire. The Cav is how I'm going to win this, really. Actually saying that, holy smokes. Our front line has been... Okay, I was shaky for a minute, especially when these Huskarls were losing. I was like, how the hell? These are the best of the best. But okay, no, things are going much better now. Things are going a hell of a lot better now. Let's try and slam right back into there. These scoundrels are going to get in the way. Then get in there, get in there. Apart from that, okay, yeah, I mean those are the big things that I really wanted to address. Actually, I think we're doing all right. Okay. Apart from that, music volume I think is definitely sort of a bit too loud toward the early parts. I think you'll have seen in the recent videos, especially this one. This one, the music can be even sort of quieter because this one is sort of an epilogue. I'm meant to be talking a lot more than normal, so I'll be putting the music down really quite low for this. But I think overall I'm going to be putting the music down a fair bit more. I know that my mic is a bit quiet. That's just the way things be. Yeah, sorry. This is it's the volume that I feel works comfortably with everything that's going at it. That's all there is to say. I do know it's an issue. I totally understand if it's an issue. I may change it at some point, but it's not something that I'm really like overly focused on. Then anything else? Yeah. Next thing that's going to be happening will definitely be. I think by now it's probably out already. I'd be surprised if it's not. But it'll be a Warhammer campaign. It will be I'm pretty sure an Albion Warhammer campaign. It's that, or it's an Amazons of Lustria campaign. I think I'll probably go for Albion though. As for like the length of this, 109, including this one, that is way longer than I ever intended to make it, and it's way longer than I will make any content again. I did love this, I really did, and it's an absolute mammoth of a series that we've made here. So I'm chuffed to bits with it, but I know how difficult it is and how kind of daunting it is to see, like, oh god, 109 episodes, and plus like random little things thrown in here and there too, and all of them like, you know, an hour long. It is a fair whack. So I totally get if it's you know, if it puts people off, and I don't really want to make something that long again. Perfect length of a campaign for me would be would definitely be 30 to 40, I think. That's what I think would be nice. But hey, is what it is. If a campaign will go on as long as it needs to. That's something that I hope to pride myself on. The fact that like I finish campaigns. There are far too many. I talked about it a lot in my like Ended Wythe campaign. You know, there are far too many unfinished campaigns on YouTube. You know, things I've got not so much a bad habit, but I've got a habit of watching like very old campaigns. You know, checking out campaigns that were recorded in like, you know, 2013, 2014 even sometimes. Well, sorry, 2014, 2013 even sometimes, you know. And where did they stop fighting me? I've not ended battle. I've not ended the battle. Definitely not. Unless I'm really stupid. You guys? What are you fighting? Oh, there are some guys that are still... You getting shot at? I don't know what's going on there. Oh no, yeah, you are fighting fighting this broken marksman. Good, that's fine, just ended there. That's super. I did not expect I expected to win, but I didn't expect to win that well. Nice. So yeah, where was I? So when you start making your way through these old series, and then you get really invested in it, and suddenly it's like, oh, he just stopped, and you realize he stopped 4 years ago, and it's not continuing. So I definitely want to always make sure you guys are aware that like my campaigns will have an ending. It may not be the ending that we initially intended, but it should always have a way to round off. You know, that's the way I always try to roll with my when I run D&D with my friends. My campaigns end. My campaigns will always have an ending. And you know, it's always so upsetting to get invested in a D&D campaign and then whoop, see you later, guys. And you just never, you know, it just never ends up running. So I want to try and view these campaigns in the same way as I view my D&D campaigns, and just always bring them to a close in some way, shape, or form. But oh goodness me, are you? No, they're not going to want to scrap with us. Surely not. Good. But and it shouldn't be too difficult to always do that, you know. And if it takes 109 episodes to get that done, it'll take 109 episodes to get that done. Like, they'll be as long as they have to be. Again, well then, next, episode length. I am very frantic with episode length. Some of them are, you know, 1 hour 40. Some of them are verging on 2 hours. I do try to keep them about an hour. Now, these last few episodes, they've been as long as they had to be. And, yeah, it definitely kind of once... Oh yeah, Durthalu might actually be a bad one. I might lose here. But... Oh no, this is Durtha. I thought Durtha was in the north. Oh no. No, this one will be okay. Yeah, but yeah, good. So, more time to ramble. Where was I? Shoot. Again, golden boys distracting me. Oh yeah, hour is what I aim for. I think it's difficult to keep your attention focused for more than that time. So, you know, like, I don't really like watching episodes of a campaign that are over an hour, so I shouldn't expect you guys to remain focused on one of my campaigns if I'm like constantly going over an hour. So it's something that I'm definitely aware of, and I know that I do go over it frequently. As I say, as always, I can just sort of apologize for that. It's I don't really time, you know. I just kind of keep an eye on when I started and then just go on. So it's something that I will try to improve on for my next campaign. You know, because in the beginning I was a lot better at it. It really was when I started that war with Isengard, because I started making a lot more cuts. I started to do a lot more things without recording them. If I could go back, I would have definitely done that from the start. I think it's always like the management side of it I don't think is as necessary for a narrative campaign. If I was doing that, if this was like a really you know, ultra hard campaign, I think, yeah, you guys would want to see the management, but you know, for a narrative campaign, I don't think it's as necessary. Still, if people really do want to see it and they were quite upset with how much of the management that I actually did cut, feel free to say it, you know, let me know, and I will I'll know to... I'm definitely going to cut the management in the future, of course, but I can try to make sure that I'm always showing bits of it. You know, I'll instead of just showing you like the ending, like here's all the buildings I made, I could show you guys a bit more. You know, I can give you guys an idea of like why I'm constructing things, where I'm constructing them, where I'm focusing my construction efforts. So I'm more than happy to do that for you guys if that's something that you would want. But I won't if it's not something that that too many folks would be really into. But yeah, good. That's that, I think. I said that's that before. So, plan now for the rest of this episode is finish this battle. We will. I'll see if there's anything I can think to talk about. I'll finish any other battles they have to throw at us. Oh, you scoundrels! Stop shooting us like that. I'll see if there's any other battles that they want to commit to, but if there are, then we'll do them. If there's not, then we will just give out the necessary land that we need to, and prepare for our final run through of everything that's going on. So I already talked about what characters are off to do. This is more about kind of showing the state of the world, you know, post us giving things out. You know, what are we really leaving here at the end of the campaign? This war with Ruin is going to be going on for a long time. As I say, it's something that happened in the actual Lord of the Rings lore. Aragorn and Eomer, they were battling for, you know, Eomer's entire life. He was a battle commander. Oh dear, those sound rim. Just stop the narrative from shooting us for a minute, and then you're fine. Good, get out of there. So that's something that I think is going to be happening with us as well. Definitely, no, don't risk it. You know, we're going to be having to fight Ruin. Now, hopefully, well, instead of Dale being our close ally, instead of Rohan being our close ally in order to get it done, it's going to be Dale. Because this is kind of land that we're claiming for Dale until basically we get a proper runic surrender. As soon as we get a runic surrender, that's when, you know, similar cities. Sorry about that, boys. Brave men of Arnorian just blasted open by a ballista there. But yeah, as soon as we get that, we will be switching our focus to, just in the same way as we did with Harad. Like we're hoping to rebuild these areas. We're hoping to fix their broken cultures and get and mend them. We really are, once again, bringing back this idea. I love it from Halo. I've been getting really into like Halo lore recently. The idea of like the mantle of responsibility. I think it's such a cool. Whoa! Absolute rinsage there. Whoa! You boys are good. Privity Horsemen are kind of, you know, I like them, but it's tough to really know where they place. But yeah, or what you're really meant to do with them. But obviously, a nice little charge. 48 before contact. And down to 33. 30. Wow. Holy smokes. Oh, very, very good. Yeah. So, yeah, distracted. So you, oh yeah, Mantle of Responsibility, is what I was trying to link to. That's something that Aragorn and definitely sort of the Lords of Arnor are going to be sticking to. You know, we're not going to let the same thing happen to Numenor. Well, we're not going to let the same thing happen to us that happened to Numenor. You know, Numenor was, in many ways, the holder of this mantle of responsibility over humanity. At the end of, well, during, you know, at their foundation, they were the strongest human power. They represented humanity on the world stage. So, and they kind of let that get to their head, and instead of helping lift up their fellow man to stand by their side, they allowed themselves to just be, oh, you're in skirmish mode, that's why you're goofing about, just get inside. They allowed themselves to be kind of twisted by their desires to just better themselves. So we're gonna be, you know, we don't want that to happen to us. We want to keep in mind that, you know, we're not alone in this world. We are, oops, it is. I accidentally sent my double golden chevron scouts in there. And that means sometimes taking risks with the likes of the Men of Ruin, who, although they have definitely been evil in the past, been pawns of Sauron, so were our ancestors pawns of Sauron. And we will smash the enemy. They deserve a chance, so we'll be giving them that. We're not going to put ourselves at risk initially, of course, by being foolish about it. They really have to put down the sword before we offer them the olive branch, and go. So yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a long road, but we hope to get them on our side in time, or at least ensure that they're on the side of a future peace. We already are controlling far more land than we ever desired. We were meant to be Arnor. We're not meant to be this reunited kingdoms, Lord of Humanity type deal that we've had to become because of our early failings, because we were so passive, because we tried to you know, because we not so much blocked out. We weren't really passive. We were trying our very best, but we could have been more aggressive. Yeah, because we didn't push as hard as we possibly could have. We definitely let down some areas of the world. Goodness me. Okay, Karasai is being under attack there. Hervigil, sure thing. Goodness me. There should be, hopefully, a timestamp. At the very start of this, there will be a timestamp at the end. Oh no. In the description, there'll be a timestamp. And it will just say to, you know, skip to this in order to see the world. You know, in order to basically get the important bit. So, because this is going on a bit longer than I thought. But I mean, I'm more than happy to ramble, and if you're wanting to hear my rambling, sorry, I confused me about this, but no, he does have two people in here. I forgot. Right, so we got some boys coming in here. Righto. You boys. Heck yeah, there. That sounds good to me. There we go. Right in the middle, please. And yeah, you guys over there, that's fine. Let's get some of you boys. Some of you Dalian boys. You guys get over there too. Oh damn, I thought that was them with their armor upgrade. Want to see if they looked any different. You guys get there, you guys back them up. Yeah, we'll have the Men of Rudour on the gate, guarding us there. And yeah, that looks super duper. Perhaps too many troops over in the east. Yeah, no, get you guys there behind him and begin. Once again, this should be fine and dandy just from power of the towers. So good. Open up. Yeah, no, you guys get over there, fight the sound room. So we anything else? Anything else? No, don't think so. Hervigel is, of course, going to be remaining over here, as stated. He's a trusted man of Aragon. You know, he's trusted by Aragon to lead any peace talks. You know, it's his decision when peace talks are meant to happen, pretty much. You know, Aragon knows that Hervigel's quite pragmatic guy. You know, he's not gonna just be overly optimistic and just like, oh, somebody said hello to me today and they didn't try to immediately stab me. You know, they're ready for peace. Aragon knows that when Hervigel says they're ready for peace, they are going to be ready for peace. So that's nice. Hervigel's actually going to be bloody kind of devastated by Arafor's death, in all honesty. They were very different people, you know, and well, they were good friends. So that's for sure something that's gonna hurt him. Let's get another good yell from Hervigel. Don't really need it, but oh, that didn't break them. Surely it did. No, wow, well done, Soundrim. Very sturdy boys. That's them going in the main gate, but well, we're happy enough with that. We'll hammer them with our towers for a wee bit, and battle with them there, sending in all of their cavalry to just be butchered. So happy enough. Just fire away as you see fit, boys. Huskarls get in there. You guys stay out of that. We're just gonna start moving troops on over to make sure that this is all well and good. There's more sound room coming up here. You guys battling away, that's fine. Let's get you guys into the center. They're rushing the center, aren't they? These scoundrels. Yeah, you guys just wait there. Charge anything that comes down. Rudar, Huskarls and Pikes. Okay. Oh goodness me, once those cavaliers actually get in, it's not going to be fun. Let's get the wardens down there. Yeah, you guys just keep firing. This could be dicey. This definitely could be dicey. But with Rune kind of just emptying itself, I think, yeah, with Sauron dead and Camul gone, like, yeah, definitely fully faded now, it's a difficult situation for the men of Rune. And it's certainly something that we hope to make use of and to bring them to our side, but it's going to no doubt result in a lot of anger before it results in peace. So it's going to be yeah, a bit of a difficult few years as they slam themselves against us. I would love to just give this territory to Dale right away, and yeah, at the end of the epilogue, at the end of this epilogue episode, I will do that. Because, of course, in characterly, I can sit inside of an ally's fort. That's something that I would love to be able to do in Medieval 2, just like actually garrison an ally's fort. You know, they've got to be they've got to be fully allied with you, but you know, you've got to have military access inside of their land. But if you do, they will let you put troops inside of their cities, because that would be really nice. I could just have all of this stuff under Dale's control, but with my troops inside of it. No, that'd be nice. But then of course you've got the issue of having multiple armies inside of one place. No, I'm talking about like what I would want changed about a game that's older than a good portion of my audience. So yeah, Now Rem coming in. Let's say the tower's just really hammering people. Hervigel, let's get you over here, Hervigel. Firstly, you sort yourselves out, then you get yourselves over there too. Trigger this. Just for the fun of it. Should have done that a while ago. I swear, I can be pretty good at this game if I need to. I have my moments. Oh, something I do need to practice with that a bit, but like the small what's it called? Like miniature UI. Do need to practice with that a little bit. And just to, because I'm sure people would really like to see that instead. But yeah, I just kind of, because I do play a lot of Reforged, and I do a lot of like this multiplayer battle and stuff, I'd like things to feel very similar. And I think if I'm grabbing things from up here, I could see a lot of mistakes happening. I don't know if I really want that. It does make battles, I think I could definitely do a much better job of just making battles a bit more cinematic while I'm playing them. Maybe I will play around a bit more with speed in my next campaigns. That could be an idea. That's something that's maybe a little bit simpler. Just slow the battle down a bit. I can go into cinematic mode as well. That's something I've not done at all during this campaign, but I could just bring up the cinematic borders and just go in, you know, go to 0.2 speed for a minute. Nothing bad's gonna happen at 0.2 speed. It should be fine. And yeah, just have a bit of fun with that. That could be good. That could be good. If you guys are leaving, I'm gonna let you leave. Not gonna. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that, boys. Don't chase him. Don't chase him. Just let him die. You're worth a lot to me. So yeah, yeah, I could definitely play around with speed. Do a bit of stuff to make sure things are a bit more cinematic. That could be nice. Legio L. I don't actually know what that means. Don't actually know what that number that means. Probably quite a lot. Really have quite a large army at this point. But yeah, nice, keep shooting. Good. So as I say, the next campaign for Divide and Conquer that I do after, probably after I'm done the Warhammer campaign that I decide to do. Depends how short it is. If the Warhammer campaign is really short, I might do something else. I might do another Warhammer campaign, or I might do another weird and wonderful little additional campaign. But it's most likely going to be Mirkwood, a Woodland Realm game, or the possibility of a Dale game, because I do kind of like the idea, you know, of course, returning to Dale being, as I keep saying, Dale was always my main faction when I was a kid, and it'd be nice to jump back into that and see how much has changed since the days of basic Third Age, and you know, that could be pretty dope. But then, in addition to that, I have kind of like this idea of Rovanian. Speaking to Bilbo, or Iron Wolf Productions, as he goes by on the old YouTube, he really likes Rovanian. he's got a big thing for Rovanian, which is fair enough. And the more you speak to him, the more you're kind of like, okay, yeah, I guess Rovanian's a kind of cool thing. So I kind of like the idea of doing a Dale Rovanian game, just trying to reunite this old kingdom, and do what I can with it. Harad's trying to go for Gobel Tofalas. That's definitely Gobel Merlond. That's something I think Istvan would, you know, we're just about ready for that. So I think Istvan would jump for it and go and grab it before Harad. We want the coast. We'll give Harad full access to you know, do whatever trade they need to do, but I think for the time being, we want the coast to be under our control in order to squash all remnants of piracy, because there's too much of it out there. The Ardenheim ships are all over the place, so we need to We need to get that sorted out. And the best way to do that is just to deny them any safe port. Unfortunately, oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Enemy fleet
Oh,
engaging us.
even then. Clear defeat. Okay, they did their best.
We should disengage. The
Sorry about
enemy
that, boys.
shows no mercy.
Oh, goodness sake, so many bloody ships. Yeah, no, Goba Merlond would need to be ours. Because it would just be a case of like an attrition situation to get rid of these ships. We need to be at just full control of the coastline
The battle is
for
lost.
a few years until we can be sure that there's no more ships of the Ardennian. God damn. They can run back to the Dragon Isle or this whatever that far eastern continent is called. Goodness sake, they are just bloodthirsty pirates. Well, I have the mammoth fleet there ready to go. That'll be useful. But no, then the only other thing is grabbing Angsul. I want to play it because I didn't actually manage to see a province of that type. Besieged, send anyway. Richest faction again, fantastic. I'm not going to spend any money just in case I need to buy or, you know, coax somebody into giving me a province or something like that. Ah, the Knights of the Silver Swan. Actually, better. Oh wow, there's a lot of them. Holy smokes. I was gonna... yeah, there's a hell of a lot in it. Oh, 51, whereas how many do I get out of my... I think I get like 48. Okay, it's not... Yeah, 46. It's not as much, but you can have a quick look at the stats. 10, 14, I checked this out earlier. 10, 14, and then 33 total defense. Whereas my boys, 11, but that's with, yep, so 10, less charge, and then, yeah, a little bit less of that too. But it certainly is right. Dol Amroth should have some monstrous cavalry. I like that we do have some, like, I mean, the Arthurine Royal Guard are freaking powerful. So it's fair enough. Let's just do this as a bit of a laugh. Just to butcher a few sailors. That's, I think, your best option, my man, is to just head to port. Definitely. And we will just go on a bit of a spree. But as I say, the aim would be to kind of just engage them as much as we could at sea, fire them about. But as long as they have a safe port, and not even a safe port, you know, these pirates could just hide away on any cove and reconstruct their ships, split their spoils, and do as they please. So no, it's very important for us to have full control of the coast. Goodness sake. Funny thing, he's not actually gained like any traits yet. Oh wait, maybe yeah, he is. I think he's now our like finest admiral. Whoa. Let's see. Command at sea. Fine officer. And worthy admiral. Goodness sake. We did lose some ships though. That's pretty expected, but you know. Good stuff. You guys want to go and finish that off? You got a decent little fleet. Or just knock them about a bit. Good man. Oh, nice. The seas will become safer. Over here, this force will gather. We do have the likes of the Talon Knights as well. And together, they'd move down from the north. Istvin would move up from the south. And Gobel Merlond would be ours. I think we definitely grab it before Harad got there. Ah, that's very nice. It's nice that we did manage to make that alliance with Harad. There no doubt would be some shaky times. Yeah, we've got Killafinman. He's moving off there. Just strike these provinces. And Angsul. Goodness me, my
yes, my lord.
Nerir, you actually have the honor of being the final battle of this campaign. So that's a hell of an honor. A hell of an honor. Now, Rary, I tried to give you a chance, dude. I really tried to keep you alive, but you know you've kind of denied that from me, so it's fair enough. Is what it is. I think I'm aiming for like what we'll do after this is just no. We'll give everything out first. I'd like my last action to be, you know, marching Aragon just a little bit closer to home. You know, that's gonna be my last like order to issue. I have seen this before in like other people's videos. I like it though. It's a really cool map. I love Angmar so much, but I would feel so bad. I'd feel really bad being Angmar, I think, in a campaign. I don't know. I mean, I've talked about this a lot before in other videos. Just I've got no problem being morally grey. I like being morally grey, but being sort of undeniably evil, I struggle with that. Oh wow, is there not? Oh wow, that's powerful. Oh yeah, it is. Do the towers work? I'm not seeing. I don't think so. Okay, right, that's not as bad then. And these aren't towers. No, they're just buildings. Oh wow, you can. This is cool. So it's not a gate, but you can get on those walls. I love the fire. Yeah, Angmar's aesthetically, Angmar is probably one of my favorites. You know, just this kind of mixture. You got a little like place for either for the hillmen or for the orcs to live. No, they've done some really cool things with Angmar. I like what they've achieved. So it's super duper. But I don't know if I could get away with like playing them. What I would like to do at some point with Reforged is do a, not that Reforged campaigns, you know, a lot of people I talk to that don't really know much about Reforged, they're always like, oh, I'll play it when the campaign's good. And I'm like, alright, it's not really a campaign mod though, but fair enough. You know, but hey, it's at some point I will do a Reforged campaign because they are working on it. They are. It's but it should never really. I think it's stuff. You can't really compare Divide and Conquer and Reforged. They're made with different goals in mind, and yeah, with totally different sort of focuses. So it's not really something that I think you can compare. But, you can compare the enjoyment that you have in each of them. That's totally fair, but you know, you can't really compare too much more. We just gotta get stuck in, boys. Go, go, go. We can shoot them on up, but let's get my cabin there. Hell yeah. Go, go, go. We do have a few different ways to attack. You guys go running straight on in. You guys go this way. You guys go this way. You guys go straight on in. And the knights, yeah, straight on in too. Oops. No, good. I thought they were my cav for some reason.
If we continue like this, we will smash
yeah, you guys go over there too. Nice. Archers. Yeah, we're left. Come on, boys. Fast, fast, fast. A lot of armor-piercing fire flying on in. No, we can't shoot that catapult yet. That's okay. Run. Run, run, run. Oh, damn, one of the knights going down. Some more, actually. Might end up dying. Bolt to bolt to bolt. Oh, their general in there. They've got a general outside who is making quite slow progress toward the fort, but he's coming. Ah, nobles. Fair, fair, fair. Stabbing away, boys. Stabbing away. Push, push, push. Get that blooming catapult shut down, because if that gets one good hit on us, we are really over with how tightly packed we are together here. Push, push, push. Good. Thank you, thank you. So lace them up, boys. Pursue them while they sort of are running away from you. But yeah, sorry, for a Reforged campaign, I would be very tempted to do a Rude Hour playthrough. So Rude Hour, of course, quite similar to Angmar, or, you know, Rude Hour very similar to the Rude Hour units in Divide and Conquer, of course. But, yeah, definitely shoot them on the side there, hell yeah. But without the real Angmaran hyper evil. Because Angmar and Rudauer in Reforged are, of course, two different factions, whereas they are one in Divide and Conquer, which is definitely better. Well, no, it's better for what Divide and Conquer needs it to be. But I would like to do a Rudauer playthrough at some point, I think, in which I try my best to probably begin the campaign as like a very what's the word I'm looking for? You know, mistreated, or at least apparently mistreated kingdom of Arnor. You know, some you know, the hillmen of Rudauer kind of feeling that, yeah, they lack the good farmland of their western and southern friends, southern brothers, and you know, everything good has sort of been taken from them. So I would definitely like to, yeah, no, you're gonna have to come over here and kill that general. You're not gonna be able to get, yeah, I don't know, worth a go. And then perhaps as the campaign goes on, seeing the light as Angmar shows their evil, and then I've got the difficult job of trying to actually make peace with a faction that I've been at war with since the very start of the campaign. And trying to, you know, like, yeah, trying to sort of sort that all out could be a bit fun. Yeah, you guys keep going for that, that's fine. Get a decent hit? Actually, hey, got something. Got something. Oh, actually, wait, no we didn't. Ah, the noble sword caught us, but it's fair enough. What's this guy outside doing? Little man-at-arms. Run on in. But yeah, so we'll pause it. Not pause it. I'll do a cut after this battle and give away everything that I need to give away. And that'll be good. I'm debating trying to do something a bit crazy with music for the next campaign. I'll probably experiment a little bit. Definitely not during the... Oh god, ouch. Definitely not during the Warhammer campaign, but during my next Divide and Conquer campaign, I might try and do something a little bit crazy. In which I try to... oh, what are you doing? Coming on? Where are they? Oh, alright, they're... You could just come in that way, dudes. Don't know why you're coming all the way around there. But yeah, no, I won't explain it really yet. But the music will no doubt have gone a little bit repetitive, even with as much as I sort of have of Adrian von Ziegler's stuff. There's not everything that I feel is suitable for the moment. Can you shoot those guys? Because they are absolutely... What I could have done is actually just had you guys right there and shot them straight in the face. That's the issue with defending a high point like that. Oh, perfect. They've marched out. Get them some charges, boys. You guys go over there and stop them. It's much better to have a unit like held up against something in order to slam it properly instead of hitting them while they're running away. Yeah, just set up nicely. Oh, the boys came on. Oh no. Where are you, buddy? Okay, you're safe, right?
The battle is very much in our favor.
You are not currently safe. You are not currently safe. Let's try and get you out. Let's try and make sure that you don't die here today, dude. You've done not too bad, young man. Let's keep you alive. You are the one person staying in that battle. So we don't want that. What's going on? Oh, of course they've curled around them. Bloody hell. Damn it, pikemen. Yeah, you guys get out of there. You guys keep shooting at that. Definitely going to be a bit messy at the end of this fight, but that's okay. Fighting against dwarves should always be a bit unpleasant. I'm going to have you guys take that off and run over there. Just get out of the way, get out of the way. Let the cav come in. They might just ignore us. I think they're going to try. I don't think we're going to... Oh, wow. Yeah, they're going to get back. So well done, boys. And we are not able to really hit them because of that slant. Well played, dwarves. Well played. You know. Push on into
The battle is
that.
very much in our favor.
You guys shoot
Victory
them in the
will be
back.
ours.
Alright, good. I think there's a lot of times that I think sometimes just speeding up makes things take longer for me because I'm not really paying as much attention, but and I'm making a few more mistakes. But we are grinding them down. We've just got a lot of their elites left,
The enemy
which will
are
just
back. The
take
battle
a
is
fair
very much
bit
in our
longer.
favor.
Let's actually get
Victory
the
will be
knights
ours.
around behind here, taking their center should spook them a bit, and also help begin the countdown. Over here, my man. Don't really want to go up against their Gabilgathol guard. I guess with like Erdluin accepting the rings, you could argue that that's definitely sort of morally grey. Yeah, just as long as I can really, I can view the actions of my characters as, I can understand that they view their actions as good. That's the thing. Like with the Witch King of Angmar, you know, I can't really, he knows that what he's doing is, I ruined
Our
that,
men have taken
really
control
ruined
of
that,
the
but,
castle.
you know, he knows what he's doing is evil. Sauron knows that
men
what he's
no
doing
longer
isn't,
command the
it's
castle.
not good. He's not feeling like, oh no, me in control here, I'm genuinely what is best for the world. No, he wants the power. I mean, maybe I could, I mean, hell, it's a narrative campaign. I could change the motives of my characters a bit. Yeah, I could maybe do something like that. But, I don't really want to do a friendly, bloomin' Witch King round. But we could see. We could experiment with some thoughts as to what I could try and pull. Still, not for a while though. I definitely want to do Dale or Mirkwood, probably both. Actually, maybe not, because they're quite close to each other and they're both archer-focused factions. So with the Northern Dunedain though as well, so I might just be done with archers after doing Dale. But oh goodness me, that was very nice, very good charge there.
Our men have slain the
Nice,
enemy general.
that'll definitely
Without
shake the
him,
last few of them.
will lose their will to fight.
But we will, yeah, and then
Our men have taken
after that,
control of the
I kind of want to do a brie. Mentioned this before, but I definitely do want to do a brie in order to try and do. That's not
We've
my
lost
guy, right? Yeah,
control of
good.
the castle.
And in order to try and basically do what I did here, just from the viewpoint of brie. You know, going out of my way to bolster a nice Arnorian force. You know, a reunited Arnor. But doing it as a very sort of loyal Bree vassal. So that'll be
This
good
is a
because there'll be
clear
less
victory.
battles. It'll mainly be the AI fighting, and like the constant fights. I'll just be assisting them. I think it'll be a lot of fighting alongside the AI, which is quite a lot of fun. It's always it's cool to join in to other fights and to protect your allies' provinces. But in addition to that, I kind of have the idea to do something similar with the High Elves, in which, you know, I don't try to directly fight. I take Osnathil, and that's kind of it. Like, that's my territorial demands. I take no more personally. And all I do is support people and buff them up and have my little ultra elite armies mixed in amongst all of them and having a good time there. So yeah, what we'll do now, finally, is a quick cut. I'll give everything away, and then I'll give everything away that I think I want to give away, and we'll be right back. Alright team, so one final map reveal for the campaign. Zooming in, because I'm not going to be recording another episode after this. Yeah, of course, Numinous and Fornos Darren. Luckily, we have Amborn there, controlling things as one of our primary recruitment spots. Nice, and over 20,000 people. Takes a long time to buff that up, being a fortress. I have moved people over time just from various provinces to get there to buff it up a little bit, but you know, people will make it their way there in their own time. And Numinous, however, is really sprouted being, I think, most likely our most populated settlement of 52,000. Again, lots more people have come to that, and cities have a lot of ways to buff their population. It's quite normal for most of my cities to be, you know, over 15,000. Osgellin was tiny at the start of the day, at the start of the game, but it's most certainly thriving now. Under there, yes, again, another sort of 20. Up here in the north, we have places like Fyrost, which will no doubt be dropping drastically for a while. But it is great that we have access to the cold water north. Oh, Eredluin Navy. Now, they've only got longships. They only have mercenary longships, but I guess they have been purchasing some in order to guard their trade against northern pirates. Some random tribals that have gotten some boats together. Taking Angsul, of course, the final battle of the campaign. And we've got, oh, goodness me, Mount Graham's stables. They've been there a while, haven't they? And Elven Havens. We definitely wouldn't destroy this, even if we can't. Oh no, I'd be tempted not to build over that for a while, but yeah, it's nice to have. So of course, Elven building that they can construct after refusing the rings. And, or perhaps just as standard, maybe. But Carndum, of course, in our hands. We will ignite the Númenórean foundry there in time, but we will never be giving that away anymore. That's in our control, and it should always be held by someone like Malbeth, someone that has been around for a very long time, is loyal and experienced. So Malbeth may not be the greatest fighter in the world, but that's not what we need there. We need a man of strong moral spirit. But something I do like, as you can see, there is this very continuous Khazad-dûm now. And they look quite solid here, holding Mount Graham, Latashan, Mount Gundabad, of course, too. Yes, we have the Conqueror of Gundabad there, who would be pushing up to the northeast to continue grabbing provinces, helping out the dwarves in their expansion to the north, really letting Khazad-dûm become this sort of like tea, I suppose, before they really spill out into the east and take most of what is the dwarves of Eredluin. I'd love to think that now probably the eastern dwarves of Eredluin are being totally cut off, might even become their own sort of faction, and we'd be able to make peace with the dwarves of the Blue Mountains. Maybe on further investigation, the eastern dwarves became a bit too power hungry and launched these attacks without the full consent of those in the homeland. I have spotted something. Gimli. I was quite upset to see there was a dwarf called Gimli who was the governor of Erebor. It was nice, but it was a bit. I was worried that I would have to defeat him. Ingold, though, will move north. This is not a fight that he can win right now, so he's going to move north, look back when the timing is better. Esgaroth there. Lots of people outside of Esgaroth wanting to talk. Radagast, I'm sure, still just pushing for peace in whatever way he possibly can. There was a nasty fight there for Dale during the end turn, but the dwarves are now pushing once again into Mirkwood, and that is not a good idea for them. Not at all. Down here, you can see Dale is, of course, much larger. As I've given over just about everything. Some places they've received the likes of farmhand pikes, but most places they have not. So this is, of course, not something that I could get away with if this wasn't the end of the campaign. Yes, my lord. But, of course, in characterly, we'd still be in there. We'd still be defending these settlements. Just they would be fully in control of the Dalians. I couldn't give away Saint-Anouilh, however, as we are under siege there, and you can't just, you know, where are my boys gonna go? Down here, Austin Airy as well. So really does show the full extent of what hopefully Rovanian would end up becoming. Really everything west of the Sea of Ruin. And yeah, east, and yeah, we would definitely want them to have the Isle of Nebur as well, either way. As for the east, though, that would be kind of left to hopefully the good runic men of the future. I didn't bother trying to buy these provinces from the elves. As I say, that's something that I think Aragorn
Yes,
would take, well, not take, but he would be given as he's moving. You know, the elves would depart and follow him in his passage west. I like to think now that it is quite peaceful. Probably, maybe even Elwyn is waiting for him, likely at Caer Andros. I think that would be the nicest place for her to be.
Yes.
To be waiting for him, but most likely being the gal she is, she's probably just camped out at the Black Gate, just being held back by a few fogies, just like nope,
Yes,
not safe, not safe. But yeah, no, she could definitely outfight most of our warriors either way, but Aragorn would no doubt gut any man that did let her perish. Down here, this is of course the land that we will be permanently holding, or at least hoping to permanently hold. Holding really all of the southern Anduin. Full control again of the coastline is a massive deal for us here. Istrin would have to get his skates on and in order to grab Merlon, but that shouldn't be a problem for him. The whole of Gondor would continue to develop. The scars left behind by Isengard, not by Sauron here, by Isengard, would be felt for generations. And population, of course, massively decreased. There would be a lot of people migrating from the north, a lot of tribesmen of Ered Wyth, that would prefer, that would prefer a more organized life, that maybe civilization is growing on them. They would be encouraged to come down here and help repopulate this land, but for the most part, we would try and keep the power in the hands of Gondorians and Dol Amrothians too, really just wanting to reform the culture of this land and rule it alongside them more than anything else. But of course, with Aragorn as the one king, Minas Ithil would be watched for a long time. He's gotten used to it there for a while. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the Minas Ithil Guardians in this campaign. I am upset about that. I would have loved to, but unfortunately, they just didn't really go on long enough. Cirith Ungol as well is a nice faction, well, a nice position to hold, full of troops that could come and join the attack east if they needed to. Mordor as a whole, I think orcs would be bickering around like crazy. A few runic and Khandish invaders no doubt trying to make their mark and secure some territory. The Men of Ruin, of course, much more focused on this idea of actually continuing Sauron's legacy and viewing themselves as being the best force to do that, rather than leaving it in the hands of these chaotic orcs.
Yes, my lord.
Colvin Thor down there, just continuing his push as well, alongside a nice portion of troops. And as for Mordor, I didn't actually talk about that at the end of the campaign. Yeah, I forgot. We would definitely want Mordor to be mildly populated. We wouldn't want Mordor to be an empty land. We would definitely, not immediately, but we would encourage people to come to Mordor, and they would be assisted in trying to cultivate the land and live there. Of course, guarded by our people and by a very sturdy garrison, but we wouldn't want Mordor to be ever retaken by a dark force. Sauron is gone, but that doesn't mean that his followers are finished. There will no doubt be others hoping to do something, and if we leave Mordor as a fortress ready for, with its gates unbarred and guarded, it's just asking for trouble. Good. We can actually recruit from here. I'm upset that I can't. I just don't think I can get basic Rohirrim. I can get some nice fancy Rohirrim. I think the Medisild Gate Guards, but I can only get that if I held Edoras. But no, Hornburg and Isengard, they would be held until the end of time. This whole area, as I say, the east would become part of the Anduin Vale. The west would become part of kind of the freer Enidwaithe that don't want to live around Karas and Alkfud. They don't want to live in the forests in this area because they know that in time that is going to civilize them. Now, I use civilize there as, don't mean that in a very, very good way. Of course, everybody wants to be civilized. It means kind of their culture will be changed drastically. So it's not a terrible thing for them to want to move out into these lands that, the elves will be departing from. Byreg, Dunlarak. This is, of course, not areas that we will be retaking. So this will be free for the wild men to inhabit if they so choose. The likes of Osnathil, that's likely that's definitely something that nice little Lareth would want to secure for our people. We would want to hold Osnathil, we would want to hold in Ladris, especially in Ladris. But just really to remember the elven heritage that we have, and remember how much the elves have sacrificed for us. So those two locations, but they wouldn't necessarily be part of our kingdom. They would just be held by our people. And as well, I'd like Dulvorn to sort of, we'd have to upgrade it at some point, but we'd keep the elven aesthetic as best we can. Hopefully asking the elves for some assistance in doing so before they depart. Yeah, so it's definitely a much more elven inspired culture, I think, than the solely Numenorian culture that is left behind in other ideas. So we'd want to keep that as a pretty strong force throughout our new nation. But anyway, I think that's it. I think that's absolutely everything sorted out. A lot of sacrifices throughout this campaign, a lot of failings, definitely. But I'm very pleased with it overall. Very, very pleased with that, and I think it's not turned out too bad for such a long campaign as it was. We did actually just give that over for Aragon before, but as I say, nice. So thank you guys very much. I'll probably I'll leave on a Numinous. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see you later.